Hello! Baking bread is not as difficult as you think. Follow me as I take you through the process of how I bake bread at home using just 6 ingredients. So this is flour, 600 gram, we'll use in baking. This is sugar, 9 tablespoons. This is yeast, 4 teaspoons. This is butter, 3 tablespoons. This is salt, 1 teaspoon, and the water we will use 350 ml. So the first thing we are going to do here is to proof our yeast to be sure that it's active. If your yeast is not active, your bread will not rise. In fact, don't even use it at all. So you just put the yeast inside the water to proof it to be sure that the yeast is active. So how do we know that our yeast is active? The moment you place it inside the water, you will notice bubbles around your bowl, at the edge of your bowl. This way you can see the bubbles. That is how to know that your yeast is actually active. So the next thing we are going to do is to mix our dry ingredients together, the sugar and the salt. This is the salt, then I'll add in the sugar. This is actually the only ingredient I use. You can use other ingredients if you like. You can put milk, you can put egg, you can put flavor. So I just finished mixing it, and then I will add it into our bowl of water and the yeast. You can see that the yeast has settled down. So I'll just pour my flour into it and mix it properly. I'll be using my hands to wash. Please, I washed my hands properly, and being that I am making it for personal consumption, I'm making it for my family. So I decided to use my hand because it's easier for me to mix the ingredients to incorporate better. So further, I placed it on the flat surface for kneading. Now, this is actually where the main work of making bread is. You have to knead your dough to be very soft and smooth. That is the only way you can achieve a nice bread. If you did not knead your dough very well, it will not rise and your bread will not come out fine. So I'm going to knead this dough for about 15 minutes. It can actually take you lesser time or more time depending on your speed, depending on the speed you are using to knead your dough. So I will go here, I'm spreading the dough to add my butter. Usually it's always messy when you are kneading, especially once you add your butter. So you just get extra flour to be spraying on the surface so that it will help reduce the stickiness of your dough. You can see that this dough we're actually getting there, but it's not smooth yet, it's still rough. So we'll still take our time to knead this dough. If you're in a hurry, you can't make bread because it takes time and you have to be patient, because you wouldn't want your bread to come out rough or not good at all. So can you see that the dough is looking soft and smooth? Can you see the difference now? So this dough is ready. You can see the difference now, is ready. The next, you would like to grease your pan using butter. Greasing of the pan, it will help the bread not to burn while it's baking. See, I've greased my pan. So I'll go ahead to section my dough before I place it into my pan. Please, you must not section it the way I did mine. You can make do with any shape you want, the rectangular shape, cycle, square, anything, any shape at all you want. Just be creative around here. So this is me trying to mold the dough in smaller shapes that I'm before placing inside my baking pan. So it's actually not difficult. So we are done sectioning and placing into our pan. The next thing to do is to cover it with a cloth. We cover it this way and further cover it with something else. I'll be covering it with a tray. This tray is heavy, so I know that keeping it like this will prevent it from anything touching. Just keep it where nothing will touch it. So I left it to proof for 1 hour, and after 1 hour, here is my dough. It has doubled in size. So here now is ready to go into the oven. You can bake under low heat or medium heat, but please just check it constantly so it will not burn. Voila! Here is our bread. So fine. This bread is so fine and soft. Here. Don't you like what you are seeing? It's not difficult. I hope you will try this recipe out after watching my video. Thank you for always watching my video. Thank you for not cutting this video. Thank you for watching all through. I actually allowed the down part to burn a little because my kids, they love it when the bread is a bit burnt. But if you don't want it, please just be conscious of your time.